Scammer, drug dealer, or 9 to 5?
Drug dealer. I want him to move that weight.
Scammer, 9 to 5 drug dealer.
I tell the world I prefer 9 to 5, but I really want a scammer in my heart. No funny shit.
I need a drug dealer and then a scammer, then fuck the 9 to 5.
I want the scammer first, then the drug dealer, then the 9 to 5.
Drug dealer.
Drug dealer first?
Yeah.
They can take you out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
But
Friday.
you just complain
9
again
to
when
5, only take you out on the weekend.
Drug dealers.
No. 9 to 5. 9 to 5. 9 to 5.
Drug dealers.
Scammer, number 1.
But I'm thinking about like,
You know what?
Or you want them to drip you out. You want them to buy you. That's what's going on.
love to buy their girl stuff, so.
Probably a scammer, as long as he don't get me messed up in his little works. He could do whatever he needs to do. As long as he giving me some bread, then he's good to go.
Scammer, drug dealer. I need a nigga with money, so drug dealer is first.
Scammer, 9 to 5 drug dealer.
Okay, same order. Scammer, 9 to 5 drug dealer.
Why can't 9 to 5 be first?
9 to 5 is good though.
They got, yo, listen.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit is stable.
A nine,
Like, I like a nigga who's fast on his feet. Like, you know how to get to
listen
it
though.
fast.
I'm jacking
I'm gonna go scammer.
scammers.
I'm gonna go scammer. Because like I've been in a
Scammer at the top, and then 9 to 5 second, and then drug dealer bottom.
scammer 3, drug dealer 2,
9 to 5.
9 to 5
9 to 5 1.
All my 9 to 5 fellas, we
They're
are
working.
winning. All us 9 to 5, we're
They
winning right now.
are working. You.
What's up, YouTube? Your boy Preach Divine back to discuss another video. So, as you guys saw, I started off with a video where you've seen how a lot of young, immature women think. Okay, every single woman in the video chose the drug dealer and the scammer before the 9 to 5 guy. Right? If that's not foolish, I don't know what is. Okay, now I do agree that a lot of young girls think like this, not a woman, right? And I also think that based off of the video, based off of my experiences, sad thing to say is that that's bigger in the African American community than any others. You don't see that shit with Asian women, right? You see that shit with a lot of ethnicities that are minorities that come from poverty, right? They don't know any better. You heard the saying that that a woman falls in love with her daddy first. So if her daddy was a piece of shit and a scammer and a drug dealer, that's the first man she ever loved. That makes her believe that it is okay to date a guy like that. Look at the guy that raised her. Look at supposed to be the guy she looked up to, her dad, right? Look at how he lives his life. So why would she not find it attractive? She would find it attractive. And also based off of statistics, a lot of African American women tend to raise their child alone. This is the number one reason for why, okay? A lot of the scammers and drug dealers will get caught. So whether it's they're doing time, and that's why they don't play a role in their child's upbringing, or when they come home from doing that time, rehabilitation is like a word that's not really true, because it doesn't matter if you do your time. When that misdemeanor, or most likely felony if you did a lot of time, right, is on your record, it is extremely difficult to find a job that pays well. So if it's extremely difficult to find a job that pays well, how do they expect you not to resort back to your old ways when you have a family to take care of? And this is why the cycle repeats itself, and guys in that situation continue to repeat the same old behaviors and habits, which resorts them back in prison, right? So when females are young, they don't think about these things. They don't think about the choices that they're making, right? The guy in the club with all of the jewelry and the expensive car, right? That's just appealing to them. That's attractive to them, right? They don't think of the what ifs, right? All of their female friends that they associate with, they also find it attractive, right? So they think they hit the lotto when they get got guy like this. But the sad reality is that's the worst type of guy to be with. Like I said, the woman that bear children with these guys would contest to this in their late 20s, early 30s. Okay? To me, this is a phase for a lot of women. Okay? If you ask a woman what she was into when she was in her early 20s and what she's into in her current 30s, early 30s, I promise you it'd be a completely different type of man. Right? Because females aren't yet mature enough when they're that young to think about long term. Right? When you are an adult, you make decisions for your future. You don't only think about the present. And a lot of females that date men like that think about the present. But like I said, I do think that as the video depicted, right, this applies to the African American community, mostly the minority, right, Mexican, things like that, right? Because they didn't see any better. They don't know any better. The sad shit is that, you know, I got a cousin, for example. Right? My cousin been selling drugs since we were 10, and he's still doing it, and out of prison, right? So, long story short, I always told him, I said, dude, this dude literally grinds, right? He be on the corner and outside selling drugs for at least 16 to 18 hours a day. 16 to 18 hours a day. Now, at a very young age, I broke this down to him. I said, to me, the amount of money you're making doesn't equate to the amount of time you're spending outside on the streets. If you got a decent 9-to-5 job and work the same amount of hours, you will bring home more money than you bring home from the streets with less risk. Isn't that funny? Right, so people talk about fast money, right? Yes, if you're comparing the guy that works the 9-to-5 job at Walmart to a scammer or a drug dealer, it won't equate. But I know a lot of drug dealers from, you know, my upbringing, relatives, right? And I make more money than them, right? It depends on the field. It depends on the field of the 9-to-5. Okay? When you're talking about engineers, when you're talking about lawyers, when you're talking about doctors, when you're talking about entrepreneurs, right? There's a lot of people in these fields that make a lot more money than drug dealers. This is the difference, though. This is the difference. The difference is that the drug dealer gets that fast money. So since it's fast money, right, they spend it fast. So they obtain it and buying all of these flashy things to make it seem like they're doing better financially, right? But then you ask them what they got in that bank account, they don't even got a bank account. When you ask them what they got saved, they might got $5,000 saved, right? The person that got the 9-to-5 made better choices in their life. So if you made better choices in your life, you think you're going to be as flashy as the drug dealer? No, because you know how to make your money work for you. You invest your money. You see what I'm saying? Right? So I always laugh because the person that looks flashy, the person that likes to show off and boast is usually the brokest person. Right? I meet so many guys that's at the bar sipping on some champagne, you know, whatever they ordered, right? And yet he's the millionaire. And then the guys that, you know, have the tables and shit, right? The flashy guys, I don't even believe in tables. I don't buy tables. Can I afford it? Absolutely. Every single weekend if I wanted to. But it attracts the wrong type of woman. So the guys that buy the tables every weekend, I was actually hanging out with a group of guys like this recently, right? Bro, most of them was broke. when the check come, everybody trying to avoid who gonna pay. Or, you know, everybody splitting. So if you split a table amongst, you know, let's say 6 guys, right? The average table is between 800 and 1,000, right? That's not a lot of money, bro. That's not a lot of money, but it looks good to a certain type of woman, right? So you can't get caught up with looking at the material things someone have and thinking that equate to success, to wealth, because majority of the time it don't. People that have wealth know how to invest their money, know how to save their money. So like I said, a lot of women make these immature decisions of the type of men that they like at a very young age. They grow out of that shit though. They grow out of it though, right? Or the ones that didn't grow out of it are the ones that have 1, 2, 3 baby daddies, all deadbeats, right? It's not fair to the child to raise the child in a one-parent household. It's not fair. Some of these women don't think about what they're doing to their child. So guys, yes, women do seek these type of men. Absolutely, right? But those type of men are not the good ones, right? This is why statistics shows a lot of women that date men like this raise their kids alone. Raise their kids alone, right? So I'm gonna tell the guys that got the 9 to 5, I absolutely do believe that you should be working towards your own, creating your own business, creating your own empire. I do believe that, but sometimes it takes capital. It takes capital to invest in your aspirations, to invest in your dreams. So set yourself up with a 5 to 10 year plan. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You can invest and make smart decisions, right, for 5 years that'll set you up for your entire life. Compared to the guy that's out there getting the fast money the illegal way, right? He don't have a future. He don't have a future, right? When you in your 30s and you're successful and you can sit back on a yacht and you can take trips, guess what? Now that they made all of the bad decisions in the beginning of their life, right? Now you the guy they want. Now you have an abundance of options, right? Now you be diligent in your vetting process, and now the ball's in your court. You hold all of the power. Now you make the decisions, right? That video was disgraceful. It looks extremely bad, especially on the African American community. I was raised in the hood. That shit is true. It is so true. But guess what? I don't want a ghetto woman. I don't want a ghetto woman to raise or bear children with. How do you think the kid's gonna turn out, right? If these females are thinking this way, if these females are speaking this way, you think they're not raising their kids the same way? This is why the cycle repeats itself. Okay? This is why the cycle repeats itself, right? So I hope this video have resonated and also helped some people. Whether you are a female that you're into guys like this, listen very careful to the things that I said, right? Whether you a guy that think you have to display this type of individual or this type of characteristic in order to obtain women, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, because there are baddies out there that are not into that, right? That would appreciate the man you are and what you bring to the table in your hard work, right? The women that like guys like that are disgraceful. You don't want that. That's a fucking turnoff. And it's a headache. Hope this video helps some of you guys. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Y'all have a good day.